Hi everyone, Etho here. Again, I have a tutorial on the light sensor today. This is light sensor version 2.0. I hope you guys don't mind, but there were a few things that were bothering me about that last version. And also you guys suggested a few ways I could improve it as well, and I have taken those into consideration. So this is version 2.0. I'm a lot more happy with it. It's technically slightly smaller. It's more vertical. It's 5 high by 4 by 6. And this design works much better if you're going to be putting it in the ground, which I recommend. And also it'll work better if you plan on hiding it in an ocean, because that is something you can do with a light sensor. Okay, this time we're going to skip the demonstration on the light sensor because we saw that in my last tutorial. I'll link that in the description if you want to see it working. I'll also link my bud switch in the description and Seth Bling's Fall of Wars and Trinker Tank's redstone versions of my bud switch if you want a clear understanding of how this all works. Also, Minecraft Addict's T flip-flop is what I'm using here. That will be linked in the description as well. Alright, we're going to start building our light sensor. We're going to be building it in the ground this time, because that's what I designed it for, either in the ground or under the ocean. I think works best. These are the tools I have: a pick, shovels, you'll need redstone dust, torches, repeaters, soil blocks. You'll need some pistons, sticky pistons, water, a button, torches, that kind of stuff. Okay, first thing you gotta do is dig, let's see, where should we put it? How about over here? A 4 by 6. Oops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Four by 6, and then 5 blocks down. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna hollow this out, and then we will be back. You can dig out more space if you want more working room, but I think this is all that's required. Okay, I got my 4 by 6 by 5 hole dug here, and I've added some stairs so I can go in and out it easily. The next step we're going to do here is we're going to place our grass rings. So start one away from this wall, and on the right side place a 3 by 3 soil thing. This will all be grass at the end here. And then place a block in the middle like this, and around this block, one level up, place a ring of blocks. You have to use soil so that it will become grass. And then at the top here, place another ring. Just like that. So these rings are pretty bulky, but they're a very important part of this new light sensor here. This block here is the one the bud switch is going to detect. It's the one that the grass is going to die on and grow to. And a problem a lot of people were having with my last light sensor is it was taking it a very long time to detect the day. And that's probably because when they built it, they didn't have very many grass blocks around it. And so I've done some research on this. Grass can grow to a soil block if it's one block below, and one block either sideways or diagonally from it. So all 8 of these blocks here, if they have grass on, the grass can spread to this block here, and same with these ones, and same with these ones. So all 24 of these soon to be grass blocks will be able to spread to this block here. The absolute maximum you could have is 26, so this is almost pretty much as well as you could make grass spread to this one block. So it's like the best you can make it detect light, is what I'm trying to say. The amount of time it takes a grass block to spread to a soil block is random though, but this is like we're giving it as many chances as possible, so it should be quicker. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put in our bud switch here. The one I'm building is based off of Fall of Wars. It's been modified a little bit. Some people weren't happy about me using this one because it's based off of a glitch. But if it bothers you, go ahead and use my boat style. It's really up to you. And again, if you want more information on these bud switches, check the videos linked in the description of this one. Okay, so to begin, we're going to place a sticky piston in front here of our detector block there. And then we place a block in front of it. Then in front of that and below, we place a redstone torch. Place a soil block here. And a repeater facing this way. We have to set it to at least 2. You can set it longer if you want. Then we'll go up and place a redstone torch above. Again. And then land on the side here. Like this. And run redstone wire here. Like that. So we should have a working bud switch now. Let's try it out. It's working. Good. Looks like I might need to clear out some more land there because I don't see how I'm going to be able to work in that small area now. Alright, here we go. Next thing we're going to add is a Minecraft Addicts T flip-flop. This is a piston-based one. It's 4x3x1, and it's the one with the 2-side outputs. Works very well in this situation. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill in this whole bottom. Since we're building this underground, we're going to try to get rid of all the unused air spaces we can, and especially try to get rid of any too high air spaces so that mobs don't spawn inside our sensor here when it's all covered, if we can. Place soil here, and I think it goes up one there. So next we're going to place a repeater going this way. We need to set it to 3. And we will place some dust here, 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 torch over here. And then we'll place a block on this redstone side here. And on that, we place a torch directly above the repeater. And then we place another block on top of that. And on the side of this torch, we want to place a sticky piston facing us, just like that. And that should be it for that. So with this T flip-flop design, your input is on this block here, the one with the torch. So we can place a button here, and we can use this as a manual override if for some reason our sensor ever gets messed up, or just when we're starting it. Let's try it out, make sure it works. Works great, that's awesome. Okay, so with the block on the left here, we're going to now place our water control thing. I'm just going to temporarily remove that block as we go in here. You want a regular piston and place it facing this center here. Anywhere you place a piston above the grass, it won't kill the grass because it's considered a translucent block or whatever. So don't worry about that. And grass can spread to soil if there's a piston above it as well. Place that to get out of here. And replace this. Okay. Let's see. This isn't part of the T flip-flop. I just added that to get to our input block here. Let's try this out. So yeah, this torch sends power to this block, which then puts output on the left side here to our piston, and also on the right side. However, it gets messed up if you only have one redstone dust there, so place 2, and it seems to be fine then. Alright, that's working good. Let's see what's next. I suppose the last thing we need to do is connect our bud switch up to the T flip-flop, and also we gotta fill in some more of the space. We may as well. Looking back at this, I guess you really only need to go 5 deep where this torch is, so you can just dig it 4 deep and then 5 deep in this one spot where the torch is. Kind of a mistake on my part, sorry about that. Then we'll go down here, fill this up, and we'll have a torch, redstone torch here, wire below it, and then a repeater set to whatever you want. 1 is good, and we will place blocks above it so that there's no too high air gaps for mobs to spawn in. And then we need to connect to that redstone torch, so let's go put that there. We'll run this wire to... Nope, don't want to go there. To just like this. Okay, that'll work. And we can put a block here too. Alright. So I think we're about done here actually. So just before we close it all up though, we want to make sure it's working, so let's do a test. Right now that piston is retracted, and we're going to place a block next to our detector piston here. Extended, that's good. And now it should retract again. Good. So it seems to be working exactly like we want it to. So we can go ahead and fill this in. Once we're sure all the grass has grown in our rings there. If we've damaged any, we need to wait for it to regrow. But looking this over, it looks like grass is everywhere we want it to be, so that's good. If you're concerned about mobs spawning in it, you can place up torches in places as well to prevent hostile ones. Of course, passive mobs can spawn on grass, so keep that in mind. And we'll just go ahead, fill it in. Should be good. The nice thing about this design is you can fill it right to the top here. You get a nice flat finish. The other light sensor I made, you weren't able to do that. Well, you were, but you would have to go higher. Okay, and then on this side, can't cut it here. You have to go above that. And yeah, should be good. So this is our output for the thing, this wire here. And this is our manual override if we ever need it, which we may. And then this is for our water. So during the day, we want the piston retracted like this. So that's set right. If we needed to change it, we could hit this. Right now it's extended. That's wrong for the day. We want it retracted. So I'm going to switch it back. Good. Okay. Another thing I like about this design is since the output is underground, it's really easy to keep your wires concealed, because likely you'll be running your wires underground as well is probably what you want. So this works out good. Oh yeah, one thing I should probably mention, if you want to catch the pulse from the bud switch, you can run a wire off this torch here. If you want, like if, for example, you wanted to play a musical chime when it switched to night, then you might just want the pulse instead of the on or off signal you get from the T flip-flop, which is off during the day and on at night. So yeah. Also, I should mention, this is kind of intended as a day-night sensor, but it will also be affected by torches if you have them near your water here. So beware of that. That might be what you want. But yeah, definitely be aware of that. If it's not working, you might have torches nearby influencing it. Yeah, so for example, during the night it wasn't switching because I had that torch in here, and when I removed it, it finally switched. So it was influencing it, so I had to get rid of it. Right now I'm just setting up a quick demo for you guys. I'm going to build some super simple lights here. Super simple, not the fanciest thing you've ever seen, that's for sure. So I got the wire running to all these sticky pistons here. Cover it up. Of course, there's many uses for a light sensor. I'm just showing you one possible one. And I'm going to fill these with glowstone. And I'll cover them with sand. I know sand doesn't blend in very well with the grass, but it's just a quick demo. So, actually I probably shouldn't have covered all this. I'm going to toggle it to make sure it works. And they'll come out of the ground at night on their own. And then during the day they'll go back in the ground on their own. Just like that. So pretty cool. The sun is just setting right now, so hopefully we can see our new lighting system in action here. Hopefully it'll switch soon. Again, it's based on a random amount of time, so it could be 5 seconds from now, it could be a minute, 2 minutes. It's hard to know. One thing about this new sensor, well, at least the old one, we used two. Oh, there it goes. So it wasn't too bad. In the old sensor, we used 2 grass blocks for the sensing, and that made it, I think, twice as effective at detecting night, or darkness, I should say. But one problem it could have is if the 2 grass blocks died at the same time, it might make the sensor stop working, and you would have to manually reset it. This new one shouldn't have that problem, I don't think. But at the expense, it's not as effective at determining when it's night, I think. However, with all the grass blocks we have in our grass rings there, it should be really effective at determining when it's light or day. But again, it's random. Sometimes it's really quick. That one just switched. And these two are the exact same, so hopefully this one will switch soon. So if you want to build your light sensor underneath an ocean, remember it will be more difficult, but it doesn't matter how much water is above it. It doesn't affect daylight. It will affect light from torches though. But daylight seems to penetrate through the water no problem. You could probably have over 100 blocks over top your sensor and it would still work. 100 blocks of water over top your sensor. Was what I found out from a test today. Anyway, didn't seem to influence it. I recommend placing sand in a square. Fill up your ocean, you know. And then and dig out that 6x4. So we have a 3x3 here, so we can dig down a 1x1. So you would want to go, I guess, 8x6, and then go down probably 5 blocks, because 4 or 5 blocks, whatever. You will need to move a grass block to your rings there that you build using pistons, probably would be good. And then when you're covering it all up and you're about to flood it over with water again, you'll want to place glass blocks over top the top grass ones. And what that does is, when water goes over top these glass blocks, it won't kill the grass below it, because grass won't die in water if there is a glass block above it or a sign above it. Any translucent block will prevent it from dying. Well, that about concludes our tutorial for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, it is a difficult thing to build, so if you're new to redstone and that, you might want to tackle simpler projects before you try something like this, just to get some more experience with it. But hopefully you find some uses for this and create some cool things. But that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. Take care.